Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to part 2 or episode 2 of Not for Broadcast. Let's get, we're going to get right to it.
First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Okay. There's Neil. There's Neil.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons
Headline
at the bottom of the
mixers.
Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And we're off.
Again, I apologize for being all sniffy.
In the next break, yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in
5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
Oh, this
Destination
changed.
unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23,
Apologize.
becomes the youngest
Apologies
female
for
CEO in history.
scratching my
Sophia
nose there.
Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's Taint.
Dante's
The recently discovered
Taint?
substance was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new
What?
breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern.
Dante's
and the
Taint,
undiscovered plant
that's
species
amazing.
bones.
Great.
This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing
Okay.
the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany L'Amour, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these 2 budding A-listers?
What?
And grievous bodily charm.
Oh my
With Advance
gosh.
promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
1. Snap.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged
This guy
their
is
heels with
very
the
important,
legislation
right?
they promised.
By the way.
But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is Right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we
Oh
are,
my
we will
goodness,
destroy
that's
ourselves and
amazing.
this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up,
Oh
Alan.
my
I've never
gosh.
heard so much shit in my life.
well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
What the heck did I just see?
Fine, I tell you. How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. Right, mate, see you later. Bye.
I'm just saying I do
What
what I
the
can.
heck is...
She's good, you know she is.
Set up a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. You little Jakey's going to the big bird caught you with water.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we
Bruh,
can just to try and...
these segments are great. I love the news segments.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs
Oh, crap.
Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need
This is so difficult.
legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all
Oh, not this again.
When you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, mainly.
Oh, shoot.
It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped. Delia?
Gosh,
Delia,
dang
can you
it.
give me a little help, please, dear?
I'm not doing okay.
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
I'm sorry, darling. I'm staying in the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, can you put him back in the box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday.
What the heck is happening?
Whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh my gosh!
Naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said get
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your clothes. Naughty, you beast.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look,
What the heck is happening?
But we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight,
Oh my god.
it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing smile. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let
I
me ask you
apologize.
this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
The heck is happening?
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. Just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Sopen!
Why does he have
So,
two separate
do you feel tempted
doorbells?
I'm sorry, who's this time?
Sopen!
You are joking. Chrissy Freebollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, let's believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I think we were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some
Oh, that's
lucky
amazing. That's
Don't go away.
great.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Wow.
Well.
What the heck just happened?
It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision
Oh
mixer,
god, I got an
and the public
E.
will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
What the heck is wrong with him?
Banging his head against the wall. Look, it's alright, I've got this.
I'm sure he's on his way.
Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's
I'm sorry, what
Culture Spot, I'll
did
be
she
chatting
say?
with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
And it's theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grants?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears.
Tears.
Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone.
Alone.
Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's
What
around
the
the
heck
corner?
is wrong with these guys?
The corner.
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh, heavens no! It's Gary the Fist! Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah!
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all 3 of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Oh, this segment is so much fun.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen. If you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
This is some pretty good music.
Enough.
kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just
Dang, I
prejudice.
lost my
I'd do
rhythm.
better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was here.
Ooh, we have a max audience.
Used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship.
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I also believe about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Oh my goodness. Hey, we got an A+ on that one. Nice. The telethon. A+. Overall a B. Oh well. We got our full wages. We're still broke as heck. Okay, the government is up, I guess, and the studio loves us. Check this out real
No,
quick.
for my sister's kid, Mr. Fuckletugs or something.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
I hope you guys are enjoying this game, by the way.
All that, a mega morph with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back, everybody. Can we get the gets in quickly, please?
We actually had to make the book indestructible because people tried to set it on fire too much. It's like
Thanks for
they were
coming
having
on,
these bonfires
Thanks
in
for
town
having me.
centres, but Alan James, no doubt you've read my stuff.
I try not to, if I'm honest.
Behave.
You're not the boss of
I
me.
literally am. 10 seconds, everybody.
No, for fuck's sake.
We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth
They
Act,
took his book,
we're talking
that's
about
great.
Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds.
I want to see these. I want to see these little adverts or these little rushes over here that I wasn't able to
I'm
show.
just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
Is little JD scared of the big bad culture with water?
If that sticks,
Going
I'll
in
destroy
5,
you.
4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers. Helen, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's
I would have
crime.
expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her, Greg?
Oh, trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Oh my god. Can't believe he said
Being
that.
terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore?
I
Where have
can't
we gone
believe
wrong,
he
Bob?
said that.
Well, that's not a simple
Especially when
question,
she's
Jeremy,
like
but
over
I
here,
think
I'm
it
gonna
comes down to
leave
moral
you.
decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all...
I've already seen all this, so let's skip ahead.
Spent in prison.
Oh shoot. Alright.
Naughty, you beast cut!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else.
What the heck
Look,
is
everyone has a
happening
sob
here?
Story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree?
Locking down the police's position on morality force. And finally tonight,
I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
Naughty boy!
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in...
Alright. After we're done with this one, I'll continue. Uh-oh. They just keep celebrating. That is great. I love that. Didn't quit. Continue. My glasses are dirty. A late night. Okay. What's going on here? You get to the theater slightly early, and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile gladly as you join hands and take your seats at the private box. You certainly could get used to this. Okay. The tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport soon enough. Apparently, the show isn't your usual taste. A pretentious opera in a language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. Okay, I didn't read that, but whatever. But the show finally ends. How many bows do these people need? You stand in line to get your coats. Sam has you increases in a hilarious impression of the conductor, arms trailing vividly. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiled gratefully at you as you both think of Chris safe and sound. Okay? When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table in his almost illegible scrawl. It says he's at a friend's house. It's a school night, so you go over there and march him home. You trust Charlie. He'll be home soon. No, it's a school night. You better come home. By the time you reach your friend's house, your temper is boiling over. On seeing you, Charlie loses it and tells you in no uncertain terms where you can shove your ride home. Oh boy, he would have gotten a smack for that one. You end up in a full-blown argument in front of his friend and their parent. It's mortifying. You make your excuses and quickly escort him to the car. It starts to rain as you drive. Both of you silently fuming. The sound of the sound of the downpour is the only thing that punctures the atmosphere in the car. What was that about, Charlie? He sighs a sigh of someone much older than his 14 years. I want to be the one who decides what I do, not you. It's not fair. He has to learn boundaries to ground him. There's been enough bad blood tonight. Go easy on him. No. Grounded. You're not gonna talk back to me like that. I don't care. How dare you embarrass me? How dare you embarrass me like that? Not only did you disobey me, but you disrespected me in front of Ben and his parents. But enough. I've heard enough from you tonight. You're not leaving your room for a month. Okay, well, a month is a bit of a tough one, but it's for his own good. He'll realize that someday. God, you're not gonna disrespect me like that, telling me where I can shove my ride to, and especially in front of his own parents. A gentle reminder. Like, that's you're grounded for that, but not for a month. Like that, I think that's a little excessive. You're leaping over through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill puts pulls on your gut like a lead weight. A lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the TL Advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, excuse me. This is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passport to your nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there would be consequences, but that doesn't make it any easier. We work as a team, and we are rewarded as a team. Forward together, Julius Salisbury and Peter Clement. Chris is safe. That's all that matters. You hope. Day 48. A tight Christmas. Goodness, how many of these do we have? A little bit more reading than I thought. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker. Yeah, the kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now. Your dad's place. Across from you is Chris's empty seat, probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas really can be a wonderful time of year. Our status is still broke, poor. You look around the room. Excuse me. You look around the room at your family. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? Or Mom, whatever. Your mother smiles broadly at you, just like she used to. Yes, Pat, it's absolutely lovely. Sam softly corrects her. That's Alex, Cassandra, Alex. Pat's not with us anymore. Oh, yes, of course, she mutters. And immediately she's back to the frail shadow of her former self. Sam smiles kindly and squeezes your hand under the table. You look around the room at your family. You make a toast. You stand and raise a glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. There are numerous of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Your daughter, Susie, seizes the opportunity to counter you. You know how much you love her. You raise a questioning eyebrow. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. You know, me and my friends are planning on traveling this year. Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. You laugh, frown. I knew it. I'm a mind reader, you chuckle, as your 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes. You wish you could say yes without worrying. But now that your mother's had to move in, things aren't quite simple anymore. Just how much are we talking about? Only a few hundred. She mumbles. She pushes a tray of peas around her plate. A stray pea around her plate. It takes a great effort for you not to spit your mulled wine across the table onto your elderly mother. I know it's a lot, darling, Sam interjects, but trains are expensive. This is a great opportunity for her, and I did already say she could go. Why did you tell her she could go without even consulting me first? Like, that's the first thing. I'm sorry, but that's money that we just don't have. You're right. We'll make it work somehow. Well, I mean, it is a great opportunity for her to explore, I guess, so might as well. What is money? We're broke. That's horrible. Susie's grin stretches from ear to ear. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head. And Charlie takes pleasure in reading everyone's god-awful cracker jokes. The room is filled with voices and laughter, looking around at your grinning family. Your mother whispers, your father would be so proud. You dab your eye with your napkin. Day 72, a long weekend. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally getting some time finally getting some time alone together where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle, and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News. And a National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect you to attend tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement, kissing you. Then they grab the car keys from a dish and start to load your bags into the car or into the back. Into the back. Ignore the message you need this weekend. Apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go. Should go in this week. Bozeman's temper is legendary. We don't have money really, so kind of should go into work. You sigh heavily. You sigh heavily. You're going to go, aren't you? The voice behind you makes you whip round. You nod simply. I get it. Your family has always been your priority, but sometimes work has to come first. You should go. Sam pulls you close and holds you tight. A wave of gratitude washes over you. You unpack in disappointed silence. Bro, that sucks. What the heck, man? Better be. I didn't even get to a permission slip. I didn't even get to freaking enjoy that weekend. Or play that segment of the thing. So that's disappointing. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbows as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. You signed a permission slip for your son to join the Advanced Go-Getters. You refuse to sign a form for him. I mean, it's better for him to be, I guess, in some type of government group rather than out in the street doing something, or freaking going out without permission in the middle of a freaking school night. Might as well just let him attend, I guess. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active member of the community. This can only be a good thing. Oh. 98. Wow, it's been 100 days already. Over 100 days. A profitable partnership. Excuse me again. Goodness, I don't know why I'm so tired. After a particularly long day at work, you come home, find the post sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is just usual rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar Advanced logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front of correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best to get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the Advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality by nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of its great nation or country. The Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Okay? Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by Advance for consistently high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the followings. I have the Beholder. incorporated, whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or culture. We're doing Neos. I don't even care. I don't even care about the other ones. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnerships in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is in partnership. Forward together, Julius Salisbury Stake and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? $120. A teenage rebellion. My gosh, jeez. You stepped out of your old car in silence. Sam slams the door, and you went, hoping the door won't come off its hinges. You don't say anything. Now it's not the time. As you approach the front desk, you feel physically sick. The police officer asks you to wait. Eventually, after what seems like an eternity, your daughter is brought out by an officer with a kind face. She's a good kid, but if we pick her up for graffiti again, we will have to charge her. You nod and apologize on Susie's behalf as Sam hugs your shell-shocked daughter. As you shake her hand, the officer lowers her voice. Keep her away from that boy, and I think she'll be fine. In the car, you attempt to broach the subject, but Susie refuses to say a word. After a while, you give up your questions about who this boy might be and just drive. Hours pass. You stare at the ceiling, worrying. The stillness in the bedroom is the only sign that Sam is also wide awake. Who is Susie hanging out with? Why is she acting out? Neither of you are going to sleep tonight. Very advanced. Okay. Seems like we're going into another section here. It's another broadcast section. Goodness, these videos are going to be way longer. The Tempest. Alright, well, I think I'm going to leave it there, actually. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and tick that notification bell. That way you're notified every single time I upload a video like this one. Thank you to Orange Man From for being a supporter through Patreon. And if you guys want to become a supporter as well, all of the information is in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Of course, if you did enjoy. And again, I'll see you next time. Take care.